Hey everybody, it's me again, and I'm here to share a little bit more about my hobby and my passion. The past couple of days have actually been big mail days for me. On Monday, my postal worker was heavy laden with packages with my name on it. And it's like I'm like a kid at Christmas whenever the mail shows up. I really always have something new coming in, and the hobby can be expensive. Fountain pens don't have to be expensive. It can be anywhere in between, whatever you decide to do. I've been exploring some of the lower end pens. I've been discovering some of the medium range pens and some of the upper pens as well as my hobby has progressed, and I've decided to invest more and more into it. Some of the things that have come, for instance, just a couple of bottles of ink. These weren't really expensive, but got some Pelikan ink in turquoise, and got some red. That's a brilliant red, and wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be for the red. It looked a whole lot better online than it did from what I was able to write with. Maybe I'll show you a little bit about that. But I also got some converters. But the big thing that showed up for me, I guess two things. Number one, I got a new Waterman. The more I touch Waterman pens, the more I've tended to like them over the past several years. Got this brand new to me anyway, Waterman Executive pen, and it's a slim, slender pen, and it's got a fine point on it. It only came with with cartridges. I didn't have a converter, so I've ordered one of those. But I kind of like it. I like the you see it's kind of a speckled blue finish. It's very slender. It feels a little different in the hand because it's very different from what I'm used to. It's not too bad when it's balanced and posted. It's about the right length. It's a little bit back weighted, and it's a fine nib. And I'm not a huge fan of fine nibs, but as soon as I got it, because I bought it from a pawn shop that shipped it to me, and they didn't know what model it was, and I had to tell them, oh, that's a Waterman Executive, and probably was manufactured in the 1970s. So that's been my everyday carry pen today, is this little baby right here. And I'll probably talk about that more later. But believe it or not, I'm more excited about this. And you're thinking, really? A cheap Jinhao $5.99? Yeah, actually, I'll tell you why. I want to pay a few things forward. I want to be able to get other people interested in the hobby of fountain pen writing and collecting. And had a friend of ours at church who was a lady who was older than I am and had been interested in fountain pens. So I gave her a Jinhao $5.99 in blue, and I put in some of this Waterman Serenity blue in it. She really liked that. My son wanted a pen. My 7, soon to be 8-year-old. So I gave him one just like this one, same color and everything, and he wanted to pick out his own ink. So originally I put in an International Standard cartridge in there in black, and then he messed with it and he took it out and it leaked everywhere, so I had to clean up the pen. So I went ahead and decided, all right, I'm going to put in an ink color he wanted. So I put in some Diamine Emerald. He really enjoys it. He does all of his homework now. Here he is in 2nd grade, soon to be out of 2nd, and he's doing his homework with a Jinhao $5.99 green inked fountain pen. And of course my 14-year-old got a little bit jealous, and he wanted his own pen, but that was the last $5.99 that I had. I only had 2 of them that I got them for like $1.12 a piece, delivered from China. Well, as it turns out, there was a guy in Singapore on one of the groups on Facebook that I'm a member of, and he was offering to sell a bunch, like 34 Jinhao $5.99 pens that were in boxes like this. He only wanted 50 cents a piece. 50 cents! And I told him, dude, for 50 cents, I'll take them all. So we did it. I took the chance. I sent him some money on PayPal. So I sent him $34 because he said it would include shipping. 50 cents a piece, 17 pens, or 34 pens, 17 bucks. So, okay, those arrived yesterday, all the way from Singapore. And then, of course, when they arrived, my older son now has his own pen. He went through and he started to pick different colors, and he finally picked the color that he wanted. And I think he got black, and we threw in some of that Pelikan turquoise because he wanted like a blue, and he liked the turquoise when he saw the sample because my mother-in-law liked the turquoise, so we put turquoise in a pen of hers, and now so she's writing with turquoise Jinhao 599 pen. My wife wanted one, and my wife's already got like a deep lilac Lamy Safari, and she likes that, and she's got a Pelican Twist, and she picked out her own Jinhao 599, so she's got one, so I'm already instantly down 3 or 4 pens out of that lot, but I do plan on giving the rest of them away. I've had a few people comment on pens when I've whipped them out to sign something or a receipt at a restaurant, or just been out and about and whip out a pen. They've noticed that it's been a fountain pen. So what I've done was I took my leather pouch here, you know, those roll-up pouches that you can just get wrapped up with a strap of leather. I had one of those that I was using at one point when I wanted to carry several pens with me when I was gone for like a weekend retreat for a church group. And what I did was I took one of each color of these Jinhaos, these 599s, and I put them in this. So here's my plan. I'm going to keep these in the car when I'm out and about, maybe. And they've each got a standard international cartridge already built into them. See? I mean, for 50 cents, I get a standard international cartridge in a pen. So I can, or a standard international converter. So I can always put in a standard international cartridge, and I've got a bunch of those in a drawer over here. So I can, if someone wants a cartridge, I can throw in a cartridge and keep the converter, or give them the converter and tell them, hey, if you don't know anything about pens, then all you got to do is just contact me. I'll even donate some of my own ink to it, because I've got those little ink vials that I've got from samples that I've had previously, and I bought a bag of them. So all I've got to do is, they want one, great, I'll take it. I'll go ahead and put some ink in it. I've got some 3, 4, 5 bottles of ink laying around the house, and I'll be glad to give them some ink that they can have for their very own, and they can learn how to fill up a fountain pen on their own. So what I can always do is say, okay, if you like pens, you want to try a fountain pen? Free. Here you go. Take your pick. Whatever color you want. I don't care. Whatever makes you happy, take one. And then I plan on, along with it, give them one of these little business cards here that I just finished printing up on my computer. And it's very simple. I'll even throw it on the screen here, but maybe you can see it better me holding it this way than the JPEG graphic that I've got. But basically, all it says here is, enjoy your new pen. This is my personal gift to you. Perhaps you'll enjoy using a fountain pen as much as I do. If I can help you with an ink sample or on how to use your new pen, feel free to contact me. There are no strings attached. I'm just passing along the enjoyment to others. And I gave my website and my personal email address. So that's my plan of just putting one in the hands of people that may show an interest. I'm not going to just hand them out left and right. But if someone shows an interest when they see that I'm using one, or I hear a conversation where somebody might want one, I realize these are not top-of-the-line pens at all, okay? This cheap little Jinhao. And a lot of people are really down on cheap Chinese pens. But it was a very cheap pen that I bought at Walmart that got me interested in using fountain pens to begin with. It was just a little cartridge pen that I've shown on some of my videos. And from there, I bought something newer and better, and that got me eventually, 20 years later or so, albeit, more interested in fountain pens. So I'm going to put some of these in people's hands just for fun, just because I can, and just be paying it forward to other people. So it's just a suggestion that if you ever wanted to see about getting more people involved in the hobby, and you want to see, you just want to put a smile on someone's face, you give them a very inexpensive gift. You can buy these, like I said, on eBay. I paid $1.12 for some of my other ones, and I paid 50 cents a piece for these when I found a deal to get them in bulk. So anyway, in case you're interested, though, you wanted to know how that Jinhao wrote, let me grab this. I wasn't planning on actually doing this as part of this video, but why not? You know, I've got, just today, I inked this sucker up with this Pelican Brilliant Red. Wasn't real impressed with the Brilliant Red as much as I thought I would be. It looked really nice during some of the samples, but here it is, down here at the bottom. I did that just today on my my Pelikan Brilliant Red ink in my this very Jinhao 599, and it wrote more like a fine nib as opposed to being a medium nib. So, and also, oh, that Waterman that I was just showing you, that's the writing sample from that Waterman as well that I had, so that 1970s Waterman. So anyway, folks, that's about it. It's just an idea to pass along to you that if you run across people who enjoy pens, want to try out new pens, want to possibly try out a new hobby, and you want to bless somebody, just give them a free pen, and then give them some advice, and give them the opportunity to get some ink. Enjoy.